Hello everybody, welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Andreia and today we're gonna talk about TV shows, specifically on Netflix. I'm wearing my Friends sweater because I thought it was appropriate, and unfortunately Friends is no longer available on Netflix, which, kind of a bummer. I'm gonna be sharing with you 25 TV shows that are currently on Netflix and that I'm in love with. I have watched all of them and I cut it like a lot. So let me know if you guys want me to make a part 2 of this, because I don't know what you've been doing during quarantine, but I've just been vegging out watching Netflix. Whether it's in my bed or on my couch, Netflix, it's been very good. So before we get started, subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed already, and let's get on with the video. Okay, so I have my little notebook here. I think it's better if we just do this by genre. I hope I'm saying that correctly because I'm not really sure. Now Netflix has like 10 different genres that you can choose from, but I only chose 5. Anyway, I hope my little bubbles of sun aren't bothering you. It's a very sunny day and I kind of like it, so I'm hoping in the image it doesn't translate as too much. Guys, Valentine's Day is in 2 days. And if you're single, like me, get yourself, some sushi or McDonald's. Press play and you will be satisfied. So, let's start. First things first, comedy. I've realized that I watch a lot of comedy and I had so many shows and I had to cut this down. This is the longest genre that I have, so just bear with me. First things on the list, we have sex education. If you are a teen, I'm pretty sure you're gonna love this because it's so relatable and it's super funny. If you are past your teens, this will also be funny because you can remember and reminisce on what was happening. I wish I had a show like this when I was younger, because I thought I was alone going through all of it. And apparently everybody goes through something. So it's funny, it's relatable, recommend. Okay, moving on. We have Dead to Me. Now, Dead to Me is a little bit more of an adult TV show. And when I say adult, it's like 18, but if you're younger, I don't think you will relate as much, but I'm pretty sure you could still find it funny. So it's basically about this woman who is a widower and lost her husband, and she's trying to figure out who ran him over. Doesn't sound like it could be a funny show, but it is, somehow. Then we have The Good Place. Now, as a Christian, I'm telling you, this show is funny. It's basically the afterlife and their version, what happens in the afterlife, the true afterlife. The premise of the show is we got it all wrong. All religions got it all wrong, and heaven is not exactly what we think it is. It's pretty funny. It's with Kristen Bell. I don't know Kristen Bell. She's the voice of Anna in Frozen, and she's really funny. Like, I really like her as an actress. The cast has a very good representation, all types of different kind of sexualities, and it's very funny. I love it. I actually started watching this with my cousin who is 14 or was 14 at the time. I don't know, and he loved it as well. So it's a good family show. Also, they can't curse because it's a thing in the afterlife, you can't curse. So it's a family-friendly comedy. Then we have Modern Family. Now, Modern Family. If you don't know what I'm talking about,
I did not get in the little plane at the little airport. I'm not gonna get in this flown by that guy that could fix our car.
Gloria is my spirit animal. I love her to death. It's a really, really good TV show. Like, it went on for like 9 seasons, I think. It never stops being funny. It's a show that you don't actually have to follow through, so you don't have to watch beginning to end. You can just pick an episode if you like. You will understand what's going on. It's funny. It's amazing. Again, family friends. very good representation of sexuality and all the taboos that come along with being gay. It's just great. We have much more than this in comedy, but these are my top 5. I decided to let this one to last. Kind of is in between comedy and romance, which is gonna be the next genre that I'm gonna be talking about, which is Jane the Virgin. This TV show is very romantic as well, but it's also funny. It's not ha 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 funny most of the time, but it's very light. It's a happy show. Yes, it is much about love. It's like a telenovela, a soap opera, and there's a virgin girl that gets artificially inseminated by her doctor by mistake. And so it's a whole journey. You know, Raphael, which is one of the main characters. You know, if you just want something nice to look at, just pick this TV show. You won't be sorry. Okay, moving on to romance. We have Emily in Paris as our first pick. Now, this is a new TV show. Most of you must have watched it because it was a very popular show when it came out. It's about a girl that moves to Paris, and I love Paris. I love Gossip Girl, and it's from the same creators. So if you like Gossip Girl, you are doomed to love this show. There's been a lot of controversy around the show because it was filmed in Paris, and they talk a lot about the Paris culture, and apparently they misrepresented it a little bit, which I don't love, but I didn't see anything like very particular, and I didn't see many people upset about this. Now, I'm not French. I don't think there was anything wrong with it. This is just my opinion. I'm not French, so that would be for you to judge. Up next, we have Outlander. It's about a woman who lives 1940, I think, and she somehow travels back in time to the 18th century. It's more of an adult TV show because there's a lot of love making, let's put it this way. And it's a show that it requires a little bit more concentration to watch, especially if you don't have subtitles because their accent can be a little tricky. Then we have my absolute favorite and my go-to whenever I need, you know, just to feel a little better and watch something familiar, which is Gilmore Girls. Now, I have a little story about Gilmore Girls, so I'm gonna share this with you. When Gilmore Girls first came out, I would watch this every week with my mother, and it is a TV show about a mother-daughter relationship, and somehow it got lost. I was really little when I used to watch this. I was like maybe 10, 12 when I used to watch this with my mother, and then fast forward to when I was 18 and I went back to America and I got Netflix for the first time. Gilmore Girls was there, and I was like, are you kidding me? And I rewatched the whole thing, and it was so nostalgic, and every time I rewatch it, I can picture me and my mother in bed watching it, and you know, it's just a very dear to my heart TV show that I love, and if I have a daughter, I really want to watch it with her. Just keep the tradition alive. Then if you watch Gilmore Girls, then you have it's a reboot, I think it's called, of the show that they did, which is called A Year in a Life, and you only have like 4 episodes. I think it's 10 years later. It's still amazing. The writing is amazing. I love that TV show. Like, I cannot recommend this enough to you if you can tell already. Moving on, if you want a TV show that doesn't require you to think about anything, it's just a light thing, it's about romance, there's a little bit of a mystery there, which is Virgin River. They only have 2 seasons with like 8 episodes each. Very easy to binge. It's very light to binge. It doesn't feel heavy on you. It's about a girl who literally sells everything and just moves to this small town. And, you know, small town little stories can be very cute. So if you want a cute show, watch Virgin River. Last but not least, the ultimate romance Netflix TV show right now, Bridgerton. man, there are nice things to look at on that TV show. I don't want to say that should be like a main reason for you to go watch it, but it should. It's a Shonda Rhimes show, so you know it's good. She's absolutely amazing. I love all of her TV shows, and Bridgerton is no exception. It's a really, really good. Again, it's a very Gossip Girl feel-like show. It's so good. Like, I promise you, you won't regret this. Obviously, like, it's very romantic, and it's all about love. Like, the whole concept, it's about finding your one true love. Our next category falls onto reality TV. Now, reality TV, it's guilty pleasure of mine. Actually, not guilty because I don't feel guilty about it. Like, I love it. So, the two shows that I've chosen for this category are Too Hot to Handle, which is a show where they put, I don't remember how many people, but they just put them in the island, like very horny people, and they don't let them do anything. Like, they can't even hold hands or kiss or anything. I'm studying psychology, and that show actually has very interesting psychological effects as what happens when they can't do what they're used to, which is just hooking up on the first day. And then we have Love is Blind. I'm a hopeless romantic. I love this TV show. Basically, you have men on one side, women on the other side. They have a wall between them. They have dates. They cannot see each other. They can only hear. And basically, they just fall in love with the personality and with the person. And then if they feel like it, the man proposes and they get married if they wish. I loved it as well. Really, really entertaining. Moving on to drama. Another favorite of mine, but I think the drama part, you need to be in a certain state of mind to watch these kind of TV shows. You know, they're dramatic, right? So if you're binging, can be a little overwhelming. So just bear that in mind. And for this, I have Suits. Meghan Markle is on that, you know, the Duchess of Success. I love her. I'm pretty sure I'm not pronouncing that correctly. I've loved her before she was a princess. I love her now that she is a princess. And it's a show about lawyers, a very good show about lawyers. I love it. Then we have How to Get Away with Murder. I've recently re-watched it. I did watch it when it first came out and then I followed through. In this quarantine, I decided to re-watch it all over again. This one, it is Shonda Rhimes again. Very, very good. Good actors. An amazing actress. Viola Davis, she won an Emmy for this. She's absolutely amazing in it. Again, it's about lawyers, but in a different way. It's more on the fantasy side, you know? There's a lot of more things that happen, a lot of drama, a lot of people getting killed, you know, hence the show's name. This one, I would tell you to be in a specific mindset because while watching this, it took me like a week to binge and I dreamt a lot about this, like a lot. So that for me, it's what an overwhelming show does. It's like it gets in your head, but you also can't stop watching. I guess that makes it a good show. Then we have Lupin or Lupin, whatever you want to pronounce it. It's French, so I say Lupin, but you can say however you want. This show, it's about a man whose father is accused of stealing something very important, a necklace. He grows up and he wants to avenge his father, basically. He goes on to actually stealing the necklace. You know, it's his journey about that. It only has one season. It just came out like last month, if I'm not mistaken, and it only has like 8 episodes. It has a money heist feel to it. So if you know Money Heist, you will like Lupin. Now we have Pose. Dear Lord. Pose is like, out of all of these, Pose is the one I recommend the most. It's about the ballroom community. It's about the LGBT community. It's about trans. It's about gays. It's about AIDS. It's about like what happened in New York during this era. It's about how people dealt with AIDS, how they were treated. It's so relevant. It's absolute, like it talks about racism, it talks about so many important, relatable, relevant topics and issues that we should absolutely be talking about and we should absolutely be educating ourselves about. I cannot recommend this enough. If you take anything from this video, please go watch Pose. To finish our drama genre, I picked The Designated Survivor. It's basically about Washington. There's a huge bombing, everybody dies, president, vice president, and there's this one person that is hidden somewhere when the whole, government gets together in case something does happen, and this happens. So this man, who is literally just an ordinary man, who becomes president literally overnight. It's about conspiracy. They canceled the show, so it kind of leaves you in a cliffhanger, so keep that in mind while watching. This is my favorite genre. Like, if I have to pick between the 5 of these, I would definitely pick this one. Have I been saying that about all of them? Probably, but like, it depends on my mood, really. We're talking about sci-fi. I love sci-fi. The thing is, with sci-fi, I've watched all of these shows. I feel like with sci-fi, you either love it or you hate it. I don't think there's an in-between one. The sci-fi shows, they're worlds that are very complex. So when you start watching, it's very slow, right? So you have to be patient. And if you're not, it can kind of, like, I understand why some people would give up. To start off with, we have Cursed. I started watching it with a friend and it didn't catch me all that much. And then later on, I decided to start rewatching it on my own, and I absolutely loved it. She's Afraid, which it's kind of underlies of fairies and nature fairies, I guess. I can't really explain these TV shows to you, but they're really good. Like, that's all I can say for it. We have The Witcher. Now, The Witcher, I think it's based on a PlayStation game that it's based on a book. I think that's how it goes. It's with Henry Cavill. It's Superman, if you don't know who he is. I can't explain it properly. Just go watch it. The Witcher, it's an easier TV show because it will get you on the first episode. Like, you don't have to be patient with this one. Then we have Lucifer. It fits in many categories. So it's comic, it's love, and it's sci-fi. I put it in sci-fi because it is about the devil. So it is fantasy in a way that the devil walks among us and it's here, and how they produced everything. It's also based on a book. It's really, really good. The devil decides to come to Los Angeles. You will basically are going to see the Bible from the devil's perspective, which is very enlightening. Even as a Christian, like, sometimes they say things about the Bible and the story and all of that, and I'm like, yeah. Like, that is right, It's good to have an open mind. Then we have Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. This is a little bit more on a teenish side. Now, if you know Sabrina, it was a cartoon, it was a kids show, and they basically took that and made it more adult, made it more complicated, more complex. They put a big twist. It also involves the devil. It's a show, very woman empowerment, which I love. Then we have The Good Witch. A feel-good show. It's an easy show. You don't have to think about it. It's not complicated. It's very light. It's very easy and breezy. It's a family show. It's about a family of witches. If you want something like that with a little bit of magic in it, Good Witch is a good show for you. Last but not least, we have Stranger Things. Let me tell you, it took me 3 years to get hooked on Stranger Things. I watched a little bit, again, in the background. My cousin absolutely loves it. It didn't seem appealing to me. I don't even know what happened. I decided, you know what? I'm gonna start watching this from the beginning. Let me tell you, you guys, it's the best show. Like, the best sci-fi, like the most fantasy, the most, I don't even know, like, it doesn't even compare, but if you were to compare, it's like Game of Thrones level. It's that good. The hype makes sense. people talking about it. It's really good. Like 11, I'm obsessed with Millie Bobby Brown now. I love her. That show just like puts a spell on you. So that's it for my recommendations. These are my top 25. Let me know if you want me to make a part 2 out of this. I would, this is like what I live for. Let me know if you enjoy this. Give this video a thumbs up if you did. Again, don't forget to subscribe to see more of me. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!